Gentlemen, listen up. Have you ever felt like something was off in your relationship, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it? Well, today we're diving into the exact phrases women say that should make you seriously consider walking away. These aren't just words, they're red flags, and ignoring them could cost you big. If you've ever heard these lines, you need to know what they really mean. Stick around, because these warning signs can save you from a lot of heartache. Let's get into it. Let's start with something you might have heard before. I don't need a man. Now, independence is great, don't get me wrong. You want to be with someone who's self-sufficient and knows how to handle life on their own. But if a woman is constantly reminding you that she doesn't need a man, there's a deeper issue at play. What she's saying here is, I don't value this relationship, and I don't value you. Relationships work best when both people appreciate each other's role. If she keeps making you feel like you're unnecessary, or that you're just there for convenience, that's a big red flag. Why? Because it shows a lack of emotional investment. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect and support, not making one person feel disposable. So if she's constantly giving off this vibe, it might be time to reevaluate whether she sees you as a partner or just someone to pass the time with. Moving on to a classic. You're too sensitive. This one usually comes up when you're opening up about something that's bothering you. Maybe you're sharing your feelings, maybe something she did hurt you, and her response? You're too sensitive. This phrase is a way to dismiss your emotions. It's her way of saying that your feelings aren't valid or that they don't matter. In a healthy relationship, both partners need to feel like they can express themselves without being judged or shut down. If a woman makes you feel weak or ridiculous for having emotions, that's a major sign she's not emotionally mature enough for a real relationship. Think about it. How can you build a lasting connection with someone if they can't even respect your feelings? Emotional support should go both ways, and if you're not getting that, it's time to consider walking away. Another red flag that's easy to spot. All men are the same. Now, maybe she's had bad experiences in the past, but when a woman makes a general statement like this, she's bringing her unresolved baggage into your relationship. This isn't fair to you. You're not her ex. You're not the guys who wronged her before, and you shouldn't have to constantly prove that you're different from every other man she's been with. When someone keeps making you feel like you have to earn their trust because of what others did to them, that's a clear sign of emotional baggage. And baggage that heavy can weigh down any relationship. If she can't separate her past experiences from the present, it's going to create problems. Don't let yourself be punished for mistakes you didn't make. Here's a phrase that might seem harmless at first. I'm not like other girls. At first glance, this might seem like a compliment to herself, like she's trying to stand out. But in reality, what she's doing is putting other women down to lift herself. It's a subtle way of saying she's better than everyone else, and that's rooted in insecurity. When someone feels the need to constantly compare themselves to others, that's a sign of deeper self-esteem issues. What's worse is that this kind of thinking can lead to jealousy, possessiveness, or even controlling behavior down the road. You want to be with someone confident in who they are without tearing others down. If she's constantly comparing herself to other women and trying to convince you she's not like the rest, it could be a red flag of insecurity and future relationship problems. Now let's talk about a phrase that should make you stop and think, you're lucky to have me. Confidence in a relationship is attractive, but arrogance? Not so much. When a woman keeps reminding you how lucky you are to be with her, what she's saying is that she thinks you should feel grateful to be with someone like her, as if she's doing you a favor. This creates an imbalance in the relationship. You start to feel like you're constantly trying to live up to her expectations, while she feels entitled to special treatment without putting in the same effort. Relationships are about mutual respect, and both people should feel lucky to be with each other. If she's making it seem like you're the only one benefiting from the relationship, that's a sign she's got an inflated ego, and it's only going to lead to problems later on. Here's a big one, guys. You can't hang out with your friends. This might sound familiar to some of you. Maybe you've been in a situation where a woman tries to control who you spend your time with. She starts making you feel guilty for wanting to hang out with your friends or spend time away from her. This kind of behavior is a sign of insecurity and control. In a healthy relationship, both people should be able to have their own lives outside of the relationship. You need space, time with your friends, and the freedom to pursue your interests. If she's constantly trying to isolate you or make you feel bad for wanting to do things on your own, that's a red flag. No one should try to control your time or manipulate you into cutting ties with people who matter to you. Next up is a classic emotional manipulation tactic. If you loved me, you would... This phrase is designed to make you feel guilty and manipulate you into doing something you might not be comfortable with. Whether it's giving up time with your friends, changing your behavior, or making sacrifices, it's her way of getting what she wants by making you question your feelings for her. This kind of emotional manipulation is toxic. Love isn't about proving yourself through actions that make you uncomfortable. It's about mutual understanding, respect, and compromise. If she's constantly using this phrase to get her way, it's a sign that she's trying to control the relationship and doesn't have your best interests at heart. Real love doesn't come with conditions or ultimatums. Now, let's talk about something that you should never have to hear. You're just like my ex. Bringing up exes in a relationship is always tricky, but when a woman compares you to her ex, she's dragging her past baggage into your present relationship. This phrase is often used when she's unhappy with something you did, and instead of addressing it maturely, she resorts to comparing you to someone she was with before. The problem here is that it creates a sense of resentment and unfairly puts you in a position where you feel like you have to compete with someone from her past. If she's not over her ex, or if she's still harboring negative feelings from that relationship, it's going to affect your connection. You deserve to be seen for who you are, not compared to someone who's no longer in her life. All right, guys. Those are some of the key things women might say that should make you consider walking away. Remember, relationships are about mutual respect, trust, and emotional support. If any of these phrases start popping up, it's a good sign that the relationship may not be as healthy as it should be. At the end of the day, you deserve to be with someone who values and respects you as much as you do them. If this video helped you out, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more relationship advice, and let me know in the comments below if you've experienced any of these red flags. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.